This has been a terrible tragedy. Though firefighters are used to disaster, we're never quite prepared for the human suffering we see. As firefighters, we constantly talk about prevention. Now, I'm sure you get tired of hearing about it. But the loss in dollars, the hurt, the anguish this night will bring to the injured and to the families of the dead were preventable. This is not a happy story. Fatal fires never are. Had you been an employee of this club, manager, waitress, or busboy, were these your patrons, or you would want to prevent this kind of tragedy. Accordingly, we think you should see and hear what happened when 200 people gathered for a party that ended in fire.
Sir, I have a group of 3 waiting for tables.
It'll be ready in a second. Get that table cleaned up right away, please.
A hell of a party.
I know. Should be over 300 people in here, all waiting to eat and drink instantly.
Think of all those tips.
Yeah, I hope I make some.
I think it works better if you plug it in.
Our first number of the evening is a very special request to help celebrate the 1-year wedding anniversary of Lieutenant Roger and Cheryl Adams.
Hey, it's all right by me. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, looks like it's okay for her, too. How about a little bit of music from the Jacksons?
A fire always starts somewhere. In this case, it was the centerpiece of the table. It could have been the corn stalks, leaves, and dried materials which created a harvest atmosphere. It could have been the cigarette in the ashtray wrapped in the tablecloth. It could have been the candle on the chafing dish. It could have been the electric box for the guitar. Draperies, stage curtains, combustible trash containers, even the linen bins where tablecloths and napkins are stored have the potential for fire, particularly if they haven't been flame treated. In many clubs, self-help alterations are undertaken in the interest of saving money without fire inspections. They may save money. They will not save lives. There is a proper procedure to reporting fires, and it's important because this is the time in a fire when every second counts. Incredibly, there is often confusion, and those valuable seconds which make such a difference are lost. If there's a building fire alarm, it should be sounded first, then the fire department called. It is important that decal fire numbers be available for every phone. When reporting a fire, remain calm in alerting others. Have someone wait outside to direct firefighters to the scene of the fire when they arrive. We talk about it time and time again. We know it happens at every fire. Panic. It is the single biggest killer at a fire. And the more people there are involved, the greater the panic and the death toll of people who could have been saved. Where there is panic and fire, there will be tragedy. Fire inspectors constantly talk about occupancy levels at service clubs. When they're exceeded, mass casualties are possible. Club management and club employees have the responsibility to understand and enforce occupancy load limitations. They must be firm and not let the limits be exceeded, not only to save lives, but to avoid possible liability.
Damn thing's locked!
You can't
Open the door! Oh my God! Oh!
The most important safety feature of any building is its exits. They should never be locked when people are inside. Chaining exits with padlocks as traffic control is stupid. It's dangerous. It's indefensible. I've been in service clubs where exits were blocked with unused tables and chairs, exits were covered with draperies, and exit signs were virtually hidden in the dark. There was no emergency lighting. As fire inspectors, we're trying to correct these conditions throughout the Army. Everyone thinks that the disastrous fire will happen somewhere else. And this urgency of social occasions causes these unsafe conditions to recur. It is the responsibility of service club management to keep this from happening. It's part of their job. Exits must be clear at all times. There is no other way to maintain escape routes in the event of fire.
Oh my God! Where's the fire extinguisher? Over on the wall! Oh my God! Where is it? Where is it?
A fire extinguisher is just that, a device to help put out a fire. Now, obviously, the worst thing you can do is hide it. Yet it's done every day. Why? Well, it does not always fit in with the building decor. It is not meant to. It is there for emergency use. Fire extinguishers should be located in places where fires are likely to occur. Kitchens, offices, storage closets. Every employee of a service club should observe demonstrations of fire extinguishers. Be aware of their location and trained in their use. Your fire department will come to you and provide that training.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention?
Fire plans are often the difference between life and death when a fire occurs. It is too late to plan for an emergency after it happens. Club management should have announcements available to advise patrons of the nearest exits in the event of fire. Cooks should be trained to turn off appliances. Waitresses, busboys, and other employees should be trained in patron evacuation and door control. Doors to individual rooms should be closed. Fire plans must be automatic for all employees when fire breaks out. Each service club should train for a fire emergency. There is no excuse after the fact. Adequate electricity is necessary at every service club. Firemen know that. Firemen also know that one of the major causes of fires is electrical overload. Frayed extension cords run under carpets, hooked over nails, or run through holes in the walls are some of the danger areas. The most common abuse is overloading electrical circuits with too many lamps, speakers, musical instruments, even office machines. Electricity is volatile when not used properly. Yes, there should be sprinkler systems. Yes, there should be emergency lighting, illuminated exit lights, posted occupancy load posters, and fire alarms. But it is up to you to know what to do in case of fire. And good fire training will provide you with knowledge. And never assume. Last year, when a fire began, an employee pulled the alarm which went off at the club. Patrons were informed, but the alarm system was not the type that rang automatically at the fire station. One should not assume that a fire alarm notifies the fire department. Some do, some don't. Don't take the chance. Do both. The man who drove that van died in the fire. Others died because our fire trucks were detained. It is imperative that fire lanes be kept open at all times. Blocking a fire truck from a fire is sure death. Every commercial kitchen is potentially dangerous. Many fires start here. Duct systems need constant servicing and cleaning for grease deposits. A stove's hood and filter systems must always be kept clean. Cooking utensils, such as deep fat fryers, must always be used carefully. They can be deadly, particularly when their high-limit switches have not been checked by an electrician. A fire extinguisher is required in the kitchen area, and all kitchen personnel must know its location and how to use it. As firefighters, we see burned bodies regularly. It's part of our job. It's never easy. It's still a shock. The fact is, the majority of fires are preventable. Usually, it's little things ignored that become the basis for big fires. Charcoal stored in a damp location, trash dumpsters overloaded, untidy janitorial or housekeeping services. Some commands require closing inspections of clubs each night. All trash receptacles should be emptied and taken outside. All ashtrays should be emptied properly. Cushions of sofas and chairs should be checked, and dirty linen should be stored in fireproof containers. The last thing a club officer should do is notify the fire department that he is leaving and that no one remains in the building. Your fire department is there to be of service to you through monthly inspections, fire alarm tests, weekly walkthroughs, fire drills, and spot closing checks. Oh yes, coupled with their many other duties, they fight a fire which could have been prevented with your help. Don't let them burn.